And I want to talk to you a moment about the challenges of writing a female character. How did you develop the character, and was it more difficult for you to write than a male character? And what did you learn along the way?
I don't think it's particularly any more difficult or less difficult to write male or female. For some reason, I'm drawn to female characters. Almost all my scripts have female leads. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I guess I find them maybe more interesting, more complex. Maybe not as straightforward as some of the male characters. So, from my point of view, but like I said, I don't particularly find that one is more difficult than the other. Each character itself, each story presents its own challenges.
Can you tell us a little bit about your pre-writing process? Do you outline? Do you use note cards?
I do both. But yes, outlining is like, I'm religious about outlining almost to a fault. I'm fearful as trying to get that page one, but so I work very hard on the outlines, and I do the note cards, which are I find a really great way of visualizing the entire picture, meaning the entire film, the entire arc of the story. In the sense that my draft I wrote many years ago, so it's hard for me to recall exactly some of the struggles. I do remember the ending was always a challenge for me, and getting that right balance where it's culminating on opening night, and that she's attempts to stab herself, her double, and then ends up stabbing herself. It was always a tricky thing to achieve, and so that was always and as you know, the ending is always really important in any film. So trying to find that and hit those right notes was always hard.
Can you tell us the most important thing you learned about writing during writing Black Swan?
Well, the most important thing is really not to give up, and that actually means more about after the script is done. There's always your challenges during writing it, but I wrote this nearly 10 years ago, so it's just an example of how long it can take and how many obstacles there are to getting something made, and that's the lesson I learned, is like, never give up.
That's a wonderful lesson. We'll pass that along to our readers. Thank you.
Thank you.